Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world. Welcome to the episode 8 edition of Ball Don't Lie. We're here on March 9th, 2020. We had to delay it, but I'm kind of glad we did delay it a little. We've had a lot of exciting things happen this week.
Absolutely.
As always, I'm your host, Jared, with my lovely co-host, Dalton Starkey.
What's up, everyone?
Folks, actually tonight we do have some breaking news. We're going to get to it halfway through the show. But Dalton, let's just hit the ground running. What do you think?
Let's do it. Let's get it rolling.
I was thinking this week, going into the week, we're going to do a lot of bracketology stuff, just getting down to it. We're a week away, less than a week away from Selection Sunday. We're Thursday, Friday. We're technically Wednesday, full days. We're Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. We're 4 days away, technically, from Selection Sunday. I was okay, let's get ready for it. Conference tournaments are now heating up. The bigger conferences are starting tonight. As you saw, Ole Miss just lost right before we started.
Yep.
RIP the Kermit Davis era, but we'll get into that later in the show. I was thinking there's going to be a lot of bracketology tonight. Ranking down what teams we think are in, what teams we aren't in, how teams can improve their bids or selections. No, NFL said not today. Ball don't lie.
Said not so fast.
NFL, we've had a lot of shocking stuff going on the past 48 hours. I kind of don't know which one is more shocking. We had Aaron Rodgers. The Aaron Rodgers saga has finally come to an end.
Yes.
He is not officially signed, but him and the Packers are basically in agreement of a 4-year, $200 million quarterback or contract, with $132 million guaranteed.
Highest paid player in NFL history.
He wanted the money. He got the money.
He got the bag.
He saw all these other announcers sports announcers making more money than he was making. He got the bag.
Absolutely.
And then they also franchise tagged Davante Adams.
Again,
they're going to run it back one more year. I was reading and I read somewhere that I heard that apparently him and the Packers have a joint agreement that they're going to finally listen to him this offseason and get help. Like I've said on earlier on shows, the Packers have not drafted a skill position player since Aaron Rodgers took the starting role in Green Bay. They have not drafted a quarterback, running back, or tight end in the first round.
They drafted one quarterback.
Well, I mean, running back, wide receiver. Sorry, my bad. It's been a long day. We're recording it here at almost 8:00 tonight. But they've never drafted a wide receiver, running back, or tight end in the first round in all of Aaron Rodgers' years at Green Bay.
This would finally be the year to help the man out.
We thought it was them with that 2 years ago, but they instead they drafted Jordan Love. I mean, this year it's a deep, deep wide receiver draft. Get the man some help this year. Please get him some help this year. I beg you. Who's the Green Bay GM?
Let me look it up really fast.
I got it. It is here we go. It is, who is it? Sorry, folks. I should have been more prepared for this. I don't keep up with the Green Bay that much. It is Brian Gutekunst.
All right.
Gutekunst. I probably butchered that. Sorry. He's been there for 2 years. He's been the GM for 4 years now. So, I mean, maybe this year he'll finally get him a wide receiver. Maybe a Traylon Burks. I'd buy that green jersey. And then after that, you had Jerry Jeudy with the best feelings of the day, sad face emoji. Hour and a half later, happy face emoji.
And then the classic, oh man, we lit.
Because they missed out on Rodgers. But Russell Wilson, not a bad trade for them.
No.
So
if I'm being honest, I think the Wilson trade was more shocking to me than the Rodgers news.
I was kind of more shocked it happened like that, like in the blink of an eye, like literally hours after Rodgers signed, deal being made. I know you as a Rams fan, you're probably ecstatic.
I'm sorry?
I know as a Rams fan, you're probably ecstatic Russell Wilson out of your division.
100%. Yeah. Anytime you can take Russ Wilson out of your division, especially now that they've added someone like Drew Lock, yeah, I'm over the moon.
So going into details, go ahead.
I was like, but the crazy thing is, after that news broke, everyone was saying that it had nothing to do with the Rodgers back to Green Bay news.
Oh, 100%.
I'll buy that for a second.
I believe fully the Broncos are trying to offer the same exact deal for Aaron Rodgers. 100% believe it. If not a little bit more picks, but get into the details of the trade, and we'll kind of want you to know who's the winner here. The Broncos traded Noah Fant, Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, kind of an underrated defensive tackle, solid starter. Doesn't put up great numbers. Not really an all-pro defense tackle, but he's a solid contributor. 2 firsts this year and next year, 2 seconds, and a 5th-round draft pick. Now, all the Seahawks gave up was Russell Wilson and a 5th-round draft pick. I mean, my personal opinion, the Seahawks won.
Denver got fleeced.
I mean, no, you got a young quarterback. Granted, Drew Lock's not the best. In my opinion, he's a gunslinger. But, sorry, folks. I'm sorry, I was reading. But looks like right now, Russell Wilson's contract is $24 million this year and $27 million next year. You were able to move that off the books. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, 100%.
But Noah Fant, I think he was a top tight end in that draft. He's elite. He's fast. He's big and he's fast for a tight end. 6'5", 250, and ran a 4.5 40. And you're going to pair him up next to DK Metcalf? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
I was like, those may be the only 2 weapons, because news broke earlier today that the Seahawks also could be shopping Tyler Lockett.
I believe it. I 100% believe it. They released Bobby Wagner.
They did.
So you got 2 firsts this year and next year. Granted, the Seahawks probably won't have the best record next year. They'll probably be in that low top, probably top 6 worst teams in the NFL. I would say next year, that's fine. Next year is the quarterback draft. This year is not. Don't make the mistake and draft a quarterback this year. Hold for next year. Next year's talent, so much better than this year.
Yeah. Over the whole course of the quarterback class, yeah, it's much deeper than it is this year for sure.
I mean, I've said it before, I like Malik Willis. I don't know if he's worth taking 9 overall right now. When you have a first next year, you probably have a top 1st-round draft pick next year. I say hold off till next year, honestly, if you want my expertise. And then just when we thought the fun was over, we got a breaking news again, Starkey. The Colts traded Carson Wentz to the Washington, should have been Sentinels, but the Washington Commanders.
Commander Carson, ladies and gentlemen.
For 2 3s.
Yeah. I think we were talking off the air. Lateral move at best.
I mean, he doesn't make you contend. You're not going to – I mean, so kind of going back to the Russell Wilson trade, I still don't think that Russell Wilson, he's a great quarterback. He's definitely a top 5 quarterback when healthy in the league, in my case.
Absolutely.
But
pains me to say that, but for sure.
Does he guarantee you a division championship in Denver?
No.
You still got to face – honestly, that probably could be in the running for the hardest division in football with the
Oh,
AFC.
for sure.
Because 3 out of the 4 teams were playoff contenders, and now with Russell Wilson, you're a playoff contender. You're not a guarantee to win the conference, win the division, but you will be in the playoffs somehow. Probably as a wild card, but
Because now the quarterbacks in that division, you have Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes,
Derek Carr
Derek Carr,
and Justin Herbert.
and Justin Herbert. Sorry. Thank you. I completely spaced.
No,
for a
you're
second.
good. And the last 3, the ones that were in there, Herbert was in the running to make the playoffs all the years to the last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
So you think about that, you're like, holy cow. Yeah, that's a tough division next year. Glad my team is not in there. But now going to the Carson Wentz trade, I mean, you had to find that's a pretty massive contract to take.
And Washington took every bit of it.
I mean, I kind of can see why they did it. Shout out to the Colts though for getting rid of that terrible contract.
Yeah.
Got this
Absolutely.
contract, his this Super Bowl year 2017 with he signed it with 1 more year left with 2 more years left on his rookie contract. He bamboozled the Eagles. The Colts traded a first and a fifth for him, I believe. It's a first and a third for him.
Yep.
Or first and what was it? They didn't give up much for him, but man. So you only had him for 1 year. They traded a first round draft pick for a third round draft pick and a second round draft pick that turned into a first this year. I'm sorry, folks. My bad. So you traded a first and a third for you to miss the playoffs your last year for the last season. Is that I definitely say the Eagles probably won that trade, but hey, the Colts, shout out to you guys. Shout out getting rid of probably the worst contract in football.
Yes. 100%.
He's set to make $28 million the next 2 seasons. That's a lot of money. That is why they only got 2 threes for him, folks.
2/3. Yes.
Oh, nobody. And it's just like right now with Amari Cooper. Dallas is trying to trade him now, but no one wants to take that contract. Because $20 million for 1 year, a lot of money. So shout out to you, Chris Ballard, for making that trade. And I don't know where the Colts go from here. Right now, they only have 1 quarterback on the roster. Do you know who that is?
I did.
Sam Ehlinger.
Okay. See, I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking Jacoby Brissett was still there.
No, Jacoby Brissett's Miami. Wasn't
Okay.
Miami. He's a free agent this year or this offseason. He could be making a return back to Indy. I don't know. I like Sam Ehlinger. I loved him in college.
Oh, he was incredible at Texas.
I think it could transition a little. He could probably be a great tight end, but who knows? He got hurt this year. So also, This is the 6th time in 6 straight years that the Indianapolis Colts have a new starting quarterback in week 1.
That's got to be some sort of record, doesn't it?
I think it is. Let me read you the list. Andrew Luck, 2016. Scott Tolzien, 2017.
Oof.
That was the year Luck was out all year.
Yeah.
The next year, Andrew Luck, 2018. Jacoby Brissett, the year Andrew Luck retired, right before week 1. Phillip Rivers. Carson Wentz. And now TBD, to be determined. I'm just saying, there's a man going to be available this offseason, Starkey.
Yes, there is.
And this man, that's trivia.
Okay.
He has out of all the quarterbacks in NFL history to throw. Sorry, one sec. So all the quarterbacks though at least have started 50 games, throw countless passes. Started 50 plus games. Only one quarterback in NFL history has not thrown a pick 6. Do you know who that is?
That'll be one Mitchell Trubisky.
It is a Mitchell Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is a free agent this year. Just saying, Indy. That was Carson Wentz's problem this year. He threw a lot of picks. Or bad picks. Hey, Trubisky, you don't got to worry about him throwing a pick six. I'm starting the train. Let's go Mitchell Trubisky. I'm kidding. I hate Mitchell Trubisky. Hated him coming out of North Carolina. But I don't know. I don't know where the Colts go.
I was going to say there's a lot of talk about Trubisky to the Giants, perhaps.
Well, I have been seeing some rumors said that Colts have moved into the top running for Jimmy G.
Yes, I've seen that also.
I like Jimmy G. Pretty good quarterback. Fits their system there. Fits and set up and run play action.
Yeah,
run the ball down your throat. Set up the play action. I think he could be a good fit there. Does he take the Colts to the next level? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, Carson Wentz had you one win away from making the playoffs, and he choked against the Jaguars. So, if anything, I say use this as a bye year. Let Ehlinger play, and hold on for next year.
Yep. I mean, and with the run game that Indy has, I really don't know how much Ehlinger would have to do. Because Jonathan Taylor is incredible.
Well, heck, Ehlinger's a running back himself.
This is very true.
And not saying that they would probably get him, but next year would probably feature two great quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud and a Mr. Bryce Young.
Yes, yeah.
Now, would the Colts? I don't think the Colts would be down that far to get one of them, but next year's quarterback class is deeper, in my opinion, than this year, like I said a few minutes ago. But my drafts, I don't even can't keep up with them right now. They keep flip flopping right now.
Yeah, they really do.
So I don't know.
It'll be an interesting few weeks.
I mean, I hope nothing happens tomorrow, because I'm kind of like on pins and needles what happens next.
Right, exactly.
Watch me wake up tomorrow and Amari Cooper's a New York Giant. As a Giant.
I will say this. I'm gonna put this one out there. I do think Garoppolo will be the next one to fall, though.
Oh, 100%.
I think Garoppolo will be the next big news.
He will be traded before the NFL draft.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Second NFL draft, Mr. Jordan Davis.
The combine darling of the year.
I mean, forget the
workout warrior.
Forget the guy from Baylor almost breaking the combine record for the 40-yard dash, which I still think he broke. I don't believe the unofficial thing is. If you watch that, he was past the line at 4.20.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis. Oh my gosh. Where do we begin? The guy is 6'6", 360 pounds. Ran a 4.840. 4.8540. And we've seen his stats. He can play.
Oh, yeah.
Now you see how fat. And granted, he will never be running that. He'll never be running 40 yards in a row.
No.
But it's just amazing to see a big boy run. As a D
lineman,
lineman,
if he needed to, he could.
As a former D lineman, like, you will maybe run 10, 15 yards at the most. You will never be running 40 yards. Impressive, though.
Absolutely. That man definitely made him a little bit more money over the weekend.
100%. Let's jump into the next segment. Grizzlies.
All right, let's do it.
We fluttered a little since the last time we talked.
Yeah, just a little.
I mean, right now we are 7-3 in our past 10 games. We're playing better than we're starting to get back to that Grizzly basketball that we've become so accustomed to. I mean, last night was great.
Oh, last night was incredible.
I mean,
national televised game.
We
looked great.
The breaks off
New Orleans,
and I loved it. Now Sunday night, I think we just played around. I think the Grizzlies I want to say I don't want to accuse this, but I think they James Hardened a little too much in Houston.
Okay.
Paid a little too much. Went to a couple of nightclubs. Said, "Oh, we're playing Houston, probably one of the worst basketball teams in the conference in the NBA."
Yep.
They said, "Oh yeah, we can beat them with our eyes closed." Well, Memphis, you didn't.
It was a trap game for sure.
100% trap game, and unfortunately, that game cost us the record.
Yes, it did.
The Grizzlies will not be beating the franchise record in wins. Most we can do is tie it. But see, the bad thing is, we slept on the Magic. The Magic stayed with us the first half. It took John Morant kind of putting the team on his back for a second, and that game was boring to watch.
Yeah.
Now we played a Thursday night against the Celtics. That was just embarrassing. Like that was just sad. I watched that.
Yeah. That Celtics game was rough.
It took Ja a whole quarter to figure out how they were guarding him, and he still put the team on his back. 38 points. But man, let me just tell you what though. The Celtics could be a good team if they had a point guard, they'd be great.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad that we lost to a Jaylen Brownless team. I'm not mad we lost to the Celtics. I'm mad we lost to the Celtics, but I'm more mad. Sorry, words tied, folks. But I'm more mad Al Horford dropped 21 points on us and 10 rebounds. We lost to Al Horford, really. And Jaren's got to get out of his head. Jaren's getting too much. That's I think where the immaturity comes out, with the age immaturity a little comes out. He's in his head so much. Like Sunday night, 13 minutes, 5 fouls. He's playing back to Michigan. That was Michigan State, Jaren, when he would make those stupid fouls. That now he got more pissed himself and did more stupid fouls.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, we are on a great seed. Right now, we are the 2 seed. We have a half a game lead over the Golden State Warriors. And right now, you're where you want to be. I think, barring
100%.
Barring a massive losing streak, the Grizzlies will finish in the top 3 in the West.
Absolutely, I think so too.
I don't think we'll catch the Suns. Right now, we're 8 games behind the Suns. I don't see us catching them.
No, Phoenix has the 1 seed wrapped up.
So I think we can beat them in a 7-game series. If we face them it would be in the championship round, the Western Conference Finals. I think we can beat them. I think it's going to take all 7 games, but I think we can beat them. But I want to stay far away from the Nuggets right now.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
The
Absolutely.
Joker is playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
And Jamal Murray, they've been saying right now he's going to be back any day this month.
Yep.
And he's probably going to pick up from his all-star level play. And with the Joker averaging 45 point, he had a 45-point triple-double the other night.
It's unreal.
I don't want to play them.
No.
Granted, we won the season series against him. Still, he's playing a lot better than when he played against us. Speaking of coming back, Dylan Brooks is apparently supposed to come back sometime this month. Feels like he's been out all season.
At this point, I'll believe that when I see it. I hate to say it, but
Here's the thing: the Grizzlies have proven just with last year with Jaren Jackson, they're not going to rush anybody back.
No, they won't.
Except Ja. Ja will come back. Ja basically comes back when he says, "I want to play." They go, "Okay."
Okay. Yeah, John tells the team when he comes back, not the other way around.
We had the hip injury that one night where everyone at Memphis held their breath with him barely walking off the court. And actually, like 20 minutes later, he's back on the court playing.
All he needed was some of Michael's secret stuff. That's all I needed. He was fine.
Or he had a Paul Pierce sitting go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that could have been it too.
But I love what we're playing. I think with Dylan Brooks back, it takes us to another level.
Absolutely.
Just
I saw something the other day.
just defensively, because if you saw us, I don't know if you watched us Monday and then or Sunday. I'll let you do your point here in 1 second. We had no energy against the Rockets. We came out flat.
Yep.
We got up to a 10-point lead and we just let them come back. Well, I
Yep.
think with Dylan there, Dylan is not afraid to cut somebody out or get in someone's face and chew them out, cuss them out. Dylan's the motivator of the team, and I love it. So once we get him back, the better. Now, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say I read it was either earlier this week, last week, I don't remember, but whenever Dylan comes back, the player that will benefit the most from that. Okay, let me ask you this before I tell you. Who do you think the one player will be that will benefit the most from Dylan Brooks coming back?
Probably Zaire.
Okay, all right.
I just kind of guessed.
Oh, yeah, they said it's gonna be Desmond Bain. And here's
Oh,
why.
wait, yeah, because I know why. Go ahead and say it, though.
Because as of right now, Desmond has had to play so much more defense. And oftentimes they will put Dez on the other team's best player.
Oh, yeah.
Especially a smaller guard. And Desmond is not suited for that yet. He's not there yet in his career. Whenever Dylan comes back, he picks up that defensive assignment. Dez can go, okay, I can ease up on defense and worry about draining threes like he always does.
And I told you this yesterday. I still wish we had Moses Moody instead of Zaire. I see the flashes in Zaire, but Moody's already a finished product.
Yeah.
He just dropped 30 points.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr said he's about to get more and more minutes.
Yeah, Steve Kerr said he's going to be could be misquoting him here, but he said he's going to be a backbone of the team for a long time.
I was reading it said they may make when Draymond comes back, it's going to be Steph, Clay, Draymond, Wiggins, and Moody at their starting five, and Kuminga whenever he gets it together.
Ooh.
Well, Kuminga will probably come off the bench, but they said right now they want Moody in there. And just think, folks, we could have had Moody.
I just pray this doesn't turn into a.
He had one of the biggest wingspans in NBA draft history. He literally put his hand on the floor and touched the top and touched the bottom of the door hedges. Yeah, could have had him. Great defender, even better 3-point shooter. I like Zaire, but finished product, I'm going all day Moody.
I just hope this doesn't turn into one of those conversations in a few years where it's like now, oh, that year Curry was right there. We could have taken it. I hope that doesn't turn into.
Give me some Hasheem the Beat. Gosh dang it, I love that guy. But I think enough with NBA Starkey. I have some news to share to our viewers.
Go for it.
Folks, we have our first sponsor. We have our first sponsor. Billy White Incorporation is now sponsoring a segment of Ball Don't Lie. Thank you, Mr. Billy White. Thank you.
Shout out to Billy White. Thank you, Billy.
So what Billy White Incorporation does, whenever I have a gambling need or questions about who I put money on, we're not yet sponsored by FanDuel or DraftKings, but hey, I'm still talking to them, trying to get the ads, trying to get the sponsorship going, folks. Whatever I have a betting need, I go to my favorite bookie, Billy. He's a nice bookie, folks. He's not the guy if you owe him a couple dollars, he's not a couple $100, he's not going to break your legs. He'll just add a little interest to you. And what more could you find in a bookie than a nice one? That's the best feature. He's not going to break your legs, cut off a finger, cut off a toe. He'll just add a little interest to you. So I go to Billy White for all my betting needs, and I hope all you too. You can email him at billywhitethebookie@gmail.com. So let's move on to our next segment, Starkey. After this segment is sponsored by Billy White Bracketology. Holy cow! This week's already been pretty great college basketball wise.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, the NFL's been killing it with their breaking news, but now college basketball? Oh my gosh! First off, we start with amazing buzzer beater from Chattanooga Monday night.
Yes.
Oh, the guy literally had two guys in his face, falling to his right, drained a three.
Shout out TT Chat.
Yes, let's go Chattanooga. You probably get eliminated first round, but hey, that's fine, baby.
Hey,
let's go.
You're there.
A bunch of the smaller conferences are already wrapping up their conference tournaments right now. The WCC, Gonzaga, their week conference, they won theirs. Watched a good one last night when I was waiting on the Grizzlies to start. The Bryant Bulldogs. You know they have a guy named Peter Kiss.
Yes.
He's averaging.
Let's discuss this man.
25 points a game. For the culture, Peter Kiss. Listen, man. Never seen a white guy dunk so hard, and like he's LeBron James dunking it. He dunked it last night and started doing push-ups. So when I saw him play, I was like, "Oh, this guy's They say he's the nation's leading scorer." I was like, oh, "Okay, maybe he's like a little Doug McDermott. He can overpower people a little." No, this guy's 6'5", like 210. He's literally driving to the basket and just dunking it left and right on people and throwing up alley-oops people. So then I watched a little bit more of the game, and they talk about him. They go, "Yeah, he's played at Rutgers." So I was like, "Oh, so this guy's got a transfer from Rutgers all the way down to Butler in the NEC, the New England Conference." No, this guy is actually started out Duncan Eats, who's in the A10, went to Rutgers for 2 years, played his first year, transferred to second year after 6 games, and then went down to Butler. Last year, or Brian. I'm sorry. If I said Butler, I'm sorry, folks. Brian, I'm a little sleep deprived, but the Brian Bulldogs. Guys, last year averaged 16.5 points. This year, averaging 25, taking his game to the next level. He's shooting the ball well. Got a great feel for the game. Be a great G League guy for the hustle because they are trash this year.
Yeah.
But I think Bryant, depending on where they get seeded, they could be an upset alert. If they get that 14 seed, they got a shot to pull up an upset. Now you get the 15 seeds, they maybe can, but I like their chances as a 14.
Yeah.
I am on the Bryant. Sorry, I keep saying there's so many Bulldogs. There's so many Bulldogs in college. Sorry, folks. It's the Bryant Bulldogs. And the best thing about it is, shout out to my boy Mitch. We had a Malice in the Palace Part 2 last night.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
The fans and players got into a fight between Wagner and the Bryant Bulldogs.
Well done, sir.
Got into a fight. Apparently, they were sparring off to a guy on the bench from Wagner. So in the smaller conference tournaments, the team that won the conference tournament gets to host it. Instead, they don't get to go to the venues like the AAC, the ACC, all of them. They go to the school that won the conference tournament. Well, it was a packed house. Kind of reminded me of a high school gym. Packed house. They were going crazy, yelling at them. Well, about 5 minutes left in the game, a Wagner player went up in the stands to go fight a Bryant fan. Pretty great, honestly. Pretty great. I loved it. So kind of what we talked about, Ole Miss lost tonight, unfortunately. Sorry, Starkey. I mean, we kind of knew it was coming.
Oh, that coming.
But, I think the Kermit Davis era is over.
It needs to be. I've said it for weeks. I've been banging that drum for weeks. It needs to be done.
I saw Barstool Ole Miss tweeted out before the Ole Miss Missouri game that there are rumors circulating that Kermit Davis will be fired if Ole Miss loses today. And then I got on Twitter later saying everything between the Ole Miss AD and Kermit is good. He's going to stay there one more year because this was almost an all-time low season tickets.
Yes.
Or attendance in general. Season tickets were down. and this is almost an all-time low. Even when they were on the Tad Pad, they had better attendance there than they did this year at the Pavilion. I don't know if
Yeah,
it was really COVID related, but
I believe they said this was the second lowest, according to an article from Nick Suss I read today. I believe they said this was the second lowest average attendance season in school history, second only to the Pavilion's first year.
well, they gotta. I think they should go for Murray Stagecoach, Jimmy McMahon.
Hey, that would be incredible for sure.
He's only had one losing season at Murray State, his second year there. It'll be the tournament his third time or fourth time. Well, it would be his fourth time, but it's only his third time due to the COVID year. They would have made it there, but I think it's time you move on from Kermit. He's still trying to run it like a Middle Tennessee State. Get 2 3 stars, get 2 stars and 3 stars, come there and play. You can't do that in the SEC. Got to get 4 stars.
Yep.
Memphis, holy cow. Memphis did what we told them they had to go 4-1 in the season.
Yep.
And by golly, they did. They swept Houston.
Let's go.
A lot of people, I did not think they were going to win on Sunday. I kind of, in my back of my mind, my heart said they were going to win. My gut was like, Houston's going to win. Memphis showed up on Sunday.
They in a big way.
The players came to play.
I was pleasantly surprised. We got out of church and I checked my phone and Memphis was up by 20 at halftime. I was like, oh, okay.
We were
not expecting that.
We were listening to you in the lounge church. All of a sudden I say, holy cow, they got it down to 13 points. I was like, yep, well, there's Memphis. About to do a Memphis and lose the ball game.
Yep.
But nope, they came back and won by 20 again, 20 plus. Penny, Penny's for sure going dancing.
Yes.
Now, where they go, I don't. What seed they get? So I've been doing some reading. I think they will be probably an 11 seed. I see them as a low 10 seed, high 11 seed potential. If they win the conference tournament, I can see them being a 9 seed. Which, as that 9 seed, that's probably the most favorable matchup in the whole tournament.
Yep.
They don't play till Friday, I believe. I think Memphis has a great shot to make it. I think they got to play SMU. And remember that SMU beat the brakes off Memphis the last time they played.
Yeah, they did, for sure.
So Memphis plays the winner of UCF and South Florida. I mean, you beat both of them. I think it's going to be UCF. You can beat UCF again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to play more than likely SMU. And the thing is, it's in Dallas this year.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a home court for SMU. Memphis, I think you got it. Penny, y'all are playing. Y'all are 10 and 11 in your pack. You're 10 and 1. Sorry, in your last 11 games. Your one loss is to SMU. Ride the ship. Anchor down, play defense, just don't turn the ball over. And Memphis can beat almost anybody. CBS Sports popped up on their show the other day. Gary Parrish, who's not really that biased. He's kind of more unbiased than anything. He rips a lot on national TV. He actually has Memphis in one of their teams to don't sleep on in March Madness. Teams that can make a run. He has Memphis in there, and he had a Woo Pig in there. But
all right.
I think Memphis, they'll, as long as they beat UCF, which I think they will play them, you're a lock in the tournament no matter what. As long as you beat UCF, you're a lock in the dance, going dancing for the first time in such a long time.
Yeah.
It's been.
Shout out Josh Passon.
Yes, it was the 20. Well, what? That's been so long. Wasn't it like the 2013-14 season?
I believe it was the 14 season.
It was, yes, it was. Was it yeah, it was. It was the year of the four guards, the four guardsmen. Yep, that 14 season.
Yep.
We got annihilated by Virginia. That was the last time Memphis made the dance. It's been 8 years, 8 years too long. Let's go, baby. Memphis is going dancing. So right now, I'm pull up a bracket real fast, but I'm by my man, Jerry Palm. Right now, he has Memphis playing Texas. I like that matchup. I do like that matchup. So right now, the Jerry Palm's updated is he has Rutgers and SMU in as the last Rutgers, SMU, BYU, Michigan as the last four in. And then he's got Bryant and Nicholls State playing each other. See, I knew he was going to do Bryant like that. Gosh, I'm a big Bulldog fan. He's got Wright and Alcorn State. I think it's going to be a great March Madness. And like we said last week, folks, I don't know what to expect this year. I literally think it's almost everybody's it's anybody's game this year.
Yeah. If anyone was going to make a run, I think this would be the year that could happen and someone could actually make a more noise than usual.
Right now, your sleeper team, Murray State, they have them in the 8-9 matchup.
Let's go Racers.
Against Wyoming. You play that, you get to play the top number 1 seed, Gonzaga.
Short-lived, but
well, remember how I said
rolling with the Racers.
Remember how I said my sleeper team was South Dakota State?
Yep.
Old Jerry Palm has us playing Arkansas playing South Dakota State first round. Well, I don't know. I think this year is one. I don't know. I think this year we could have a small school win it all. I don't see a number 1 team winning it this year. I don't see Auburn winning it. I don't see Arizona winning it. Gonzaga, if you're going to win, this is Gonzaga's year to win it if you're talent-wise.
Yeah. If there was ever a year for Gonzaga to finally do it, it would be this year.
I like Baylor. This is not the Baylor team from last year.
No.
However, one team that it hates me to say this, Kentucky.
As much as it pains me to say this, Calipari has them playing out of their minds right now.
And I do think Kentucky will make a run.
I agree.
Right now he has Kentucky as a 2 seed playing Georgia State, and then he would play the winner of Ohio State, Notre Dame. One team I am not high on this year is Villanova.
Okay.
Villanova has no big man. Their tallest guy that they start is 6'7". And Villanova, Jay Fisher believes in the motto, I'm going to spread you out, and we're going to play one-on-one isolation basketball, drive in, kick out, shoot a 3.
Yep.
That works, but when you play a team like Kentucky's got a 6'9" guy that plays like Shaq.
Yeah.
You're not going to – or you play a team like Purdue that literally has a 7'4" guy. But their best player is Travion Williams, who's 6'8", 6'9". Poor man Zebo, love him. You're not going to win that. I mean, Villanova and Purdue already play this year, but I don't think Villanova should be ranked as high as they are. I also am not high on UCLA this year.
Okay.
I mean, this year, granted, last year they were 11 seed. This year they have them as a 4. I don't trust Pac-12 teams. I've bet on them so many times in my past brackets. I'm just not trusting them. But I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sad Bellarmine will not, if I pronounce it right, like you said right before the show started, that they are not in the conference. They're not in March Madness this year. So there's
someone please explain. I know we talked about it off the air. Someone from the NCAA, I know none of you are watching. Please explain that rule to me. That may be one of the worst rules I've ever heard in sports.
Well, I know they do it in football. If the schools transition from Division II to FCS, or they're transitioning from FCS to FBS, they can't play in the postseason there. It's just part of the rules. I guess try to help you not get overpowered and get hurt. I don't really know the rules, but I know it's happened before in college basketball. So they ended up winning their conference tournament against Jacksonville State, and Jacksonville State gets to go to March Madness
Because they were the regular season champions.
and the Atlantic Sun. But
Yes.
it's stupid, but unfortunately it is what it is. Right now they have Jacksonville State playing Arizona, so probably a quick exit there.
Yeah. So they're not going to last long anyway.
I don't know. We've been saying this is the year that we don't know what's going to happen. Is this the year a one finally loses to a 16 again?
Again, it could be.
I mean, it happened once, Virginia, and what is it, Vermont, or what was it? It was like some school in like DC.
Yeah, their mascot is a dog. Hang on, I'm looking it up.
Because I picked that was the year
University of Maryland, Baltimore County Retrievers.
Oh, there we
UMBC,
go, yeah.
baby.
University of
UMBC.
Maryland, Baltimore. Yeah, okay, there we go. I didn't know why I said a V. Sorry, that was my bad. Yeah, that was the year I picked Virginia to half my brackets to win.
Yep. That was the year I had Virginia win it all too.
So could be good second time ever that happens. I think this year I don't think it will. I think honestly, I kind of have a couple. I think Duke. I would love to see Duke. I know a lot of people hate Duke. I want Coach K to get on top. I love that guy.
Mhm.
That man has been there for
Coach USA.
42 years. He's won a national title every 5. And if you average it out, he's won 5 national titles. He's won one. He's basically won one every 8 years. Well, his last one was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Come on, Pablo, take them home. Let's get one more. So they updated their last 4 out today. Sorry, then we'll move on to the next topic. Wake Forest lost a shocker day in the ACC tournament to Boston College. With that loss, they went from last 4 in to first 4 out. So unfortunately, I do think that the Wake Forest Demon Deacons at 23-9 will not be going dancing this year. Right now, they have Wake Forest, Florida, VCU, and Indiana as their last 4 out.
Yep.
Or first 4 out, sorry. Unfortunately, I think that is right. I don't know who else you would put in there, or overtake them. Well, that's going to have to happen for Wake Forest to get in there.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now. I believe this was. Yeah, this is updated at midnight this morning. I believe it's before that happened. Winardi had Wake Forest as the last 4 buys. So we'll see.
They will probably
not make it this year.
Yeah, they were 23-8 before that. Now they're 23-9. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll make it.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is biased. I think Arkansas may be able to make a run. Depending on where we get, whose bracket we get in, I think we can make a run. I mean, we were down by 23 points on Saturday. We came back and lost by 4. We should have tied it up, but 2 bad possessions really killed us. But I think we can make a run.
Who'd y'all play again?
Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
At Tennessee. But Tennessee was shooting 77% from 3, and they made like 9 threes in the first half.
Yep.
From 3.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Starkey, that's it for sports today. Let's jump into the hot topics.
Let's do it.
Okay, so before the show, I told you we're going to do a draft.
Yes. First time we've done this, ladies and gentlemen. So
and I have
it's kind of wonky. We apologize.
And I have spun the wheel. You have in front of you a sheet of paper with 12 fast food French fries.
Yes.
You have the first pick. Now we grade when you're drafting them off saltiness, flavor, and portion size.
Okay.
Okay, Starkey, with your first pick in the 2022 fast food French fry draft, who are you taking? And you have to give a description, a little description about why you are taking them in the draft.
With the first pick, I'm gonna go Dairy Queen.
Oh no! Whoa, that shocked me. Why?
So I've never in my life had a bad experience with Dairy Queen French fries. They're always crispy, they're always salty. They are the perfect addition, the perfect complement to the Dairy Queen cheeseburgers, which is my go-to. Extreme, and my wife and I talked about it before. Dairy Queen is perhaps one of the most underrated fast food restaurants, fast food chains in the country.
Okay. Hamburgers,
So-
yes. French fries, hey, to each their own.
So
Okay.
number one, I'm gonna go DQ.
With my first pick, I'm going Five Guys.
Okay. I'll mark that off my list.
Now, hey, Five Guys, listen. The flavor is there, the saltiness, their little special seasoning they put on it. And plus, I can go there and get a small French fry and feed a family of 7, and nobody will go hungry with it. Like, I literally have to get a shovel and scoop them out of the bag. That's how many there are in there. The flavor is there. They're freshly made. Their frying batter is delightful. And I always want to get a large just because I can have more. And their spicy fries are on point. Okay, Starkey. Are you taking the second round?
All right. With the second pick, gonna go, hang on. Oh, okay. I'm gonna need just a second. Because ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. My list was a little bit different than the one in front of me. So I am going to go with the second pick. I'm going to go with the brand new, improved Wendy's French fries.
Oof. See, you had me if it was the old Wendy's. The old Wendy's fries, that salt was amazing.
Oh yeah, you could.
Like early
You can add-
2000 Wendy's fries, give me a fry and a Frosty, I was a happy fat kid. Now, they're good. I like them. Are you the guy that likes to dip? You have to dip. You have to get a Frosty when you get a fries from there and dip them in there, or no?
See, I'm usually not that guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I'm the weird guy that does that.
No, yeah, believe it or not, I'm actually the weird one who does not do that. I've heard that's way more common than the other way around. So in this situation, you're good. I'm the weird
Now, Wendy's fries are solid though. That's good. That's a good choice there.
one. Okay.
With
you, sir.
my with my second pick, taking Arby's curly fries.
Okay. All right.
Who does not love a good curly fry? Granted, I'm not a big Arby's guy, but when I go there, I'm
No,
happy.
I'm not either.
Their French fries are so good. Once again, it's the seasoning they put on it, and a
Yeah.
good curly French fry is a total game changer. You get more French fries there.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you don't get the same amount you get as Five Guys for a small, but you get so much more French fries with the curliness. Okay,
Yep.
Starkey, who are you taking at 3?
All right. At 3, I am going to go Sonic.
Okay, that was actually going to be, I think, my pick. You stole one of my favorite picks. You can never go wrong with Sonic.
No, you can't. Any
America's favorite fast food.
America's favorite. It's America's drive-in. The Sonic French fries are, again, I think they're underrated, but at the same time, I don't think you can go wrong with their fries, their tots, or their onion rings.
You cannot.
So
They're French,
with-
yeah, they're French. But see, my one issue with Sonic is I never get like I order a medium. I'm like, that's like 7 fries.
Yeah, that is very true. You almost need to go large just to make it worth it. But
They do rip you off though on the portion size.
agreed.
So moving on to mine. I'm going with America's favorite waffle fry. Burger King. No, sorry, not Burger King. Backyard Burger. Sorry. I looked at my list wrong. I'm sorry. Backyard Burger.
Oh, BYB.
Now, the place that has the real beef, they do the Angus beef, the Angus patties. They have the real waffle fries. You can get garlic parm fries there. And Chick-fil-A waffle fries are bland.
They are.
I don't like them. They don't have any salt on them. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, the best French fries ever, waffle fries ever. No. Granted, Backyard Burger service is terrible. I've been there maybe a handful of times and the service is great in all my life. Maybe 4 or 5 times I've had good service at Backyard Burger. But man, their fries make you want to go back for more. The portions are great. The seasoning is there. And you don't have to douse them in ketchup or any other condiment. You can literally just eat them plain.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
why Backyard Burger is the best waffle fry.
All right.
Okay, who you got next?
With my 4th pick, I'm going to go ahead and take them before you do. Sorry, sir. I got to go the classic. I got to go McDonald's at 4.
Okay, you can have McDonald's. I'm fine with that.
Okay. See, you got to go McDonald's at 4, in my opinion.
Probably the most iconic French fry.
Absolutely. Like you said, they're iconic.
The big red box.
The big red box. You never have to worry about goiter because there's so much salt on
Oh, 100%. My cholesterol spikes every time I go there to eat.
them. So the crispiness, depending on which location you go to, can sometimes be hit or miss. But when a McDonald's French fry is at its peak,
the best is when you get them out of the fryer. They burn your mouth a little when you put them in there.
Yeah, 100%.
I hate driving by there some days. Like on my lunch break, I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop it. Because they got a Backyard, Burger King, and a McDonald's. Literally all 3 of them are right next door to each other.
Yep.
That's a great pick. My next one, Checkers / Rallies.
Okay.
Same company, just different names. Oh my gosh, can't go wrong with them. The portions are there. It's also another one of those fries that I don't have to worry about pounding it with ketchup or pounding it with barbecue sauce or like a fry sauce. I don't have to worry about that. I can literally just eat them plain. They have a great taste to them, great smell. I don't ever eat there enough though. I probably should. I probably should. I'm still trying to lose weight. Like great. I'm already down like 10 pounds. But gosh, it's making me want to go in the car right now and drive somewhere to get some fries.
Yeah, this may not have been our best idea.
Oh, definitely not. But you know, Checkers is a sleep pick no one ever recognizes. Because you only go there late at night when you're leaving someone's house and you're just hungry. You don't.
Is it one of the few places still open?
100% yes. Literally one of the few places, and you're not gonna wait there long if you do McDonald's sometimes.
Exactly.
Okay, Starkey, we're getting down to the nitty gritty part of this.
All right. At 5, I gotta go Chick-fil-A.
No. Second best waffle fry.
So
the Lord's fry.
The Lord's fries. So the only, and I was talking to my wife about this earlier. The only reason that I believe Chick-fil-A has made it this far in my draft is because of those fries that you get with the solid rounded back to them that aren't even waffle fries that nobody likes.
Actually, I kind of like those a little. I don't mind them.
From now on, whenever I get them, I will save those for you because those are the
Yeah.
worst.
But my one thing with the Chick-fil-A fries is you have to use the sauce with them. You have to have a sauce with them. Like I either have to douse them in barbecue sauce or douse them in Chick-fil-A sauce or ketchup. I cannot eat
Yep.
Chick-fil-A fries plain. They don't have any salt on them. My next pick.
Okay.
I'm shocked they fell this far, but I kind of know why they fell this far.
Okay.
I'm going with Popeyes.
Good. I was hoping you would, so I wouldn't have to.
I actually like Popeyes fries. They're pretty good. Got a good little Cajun taste to them a little. But my one issue is when I go to Popeyes, I don't like sitting in the drive-through for 30, 40 minutes to get my French fries or get anything. At least if I go to Chick-fil-A, and I hate their fries. Hate their fries there. At least there, I'm in and out in under 10 minutes. I got a Popeyes, no matter what time you go to it, you're sitting in line for a good 30 minutes, probably. And to me,
At least. And
At least.
if you're lucky, 30 minutes.
and that's what knocks, in my opinion, Popeyes down. They're too crowded. The drive-through's terrible. That's why Popeyes is not in my top three. Okay, Starkey, your last pick. We're down to 2.
All right.
Hardee's and Burger King.
I'm going Hardee's.
Gosh dang it. You son of a gun.
I got to go Hardee's with this one. For the sole reason that they're not Burger King.
See, people, I don't really ever go eat Hardee's that much.
I don't eat Hardee's or Burger King, but
It's been like 6 months since I've eaten Hardee's.
I would almost guarantee it's been a
Now,
long.
their burgers are fire at Hardee's.
Oh, their burgers are next level.
Their fries
100%.
really aren't. So you left me with Burger King, and their fries
I did
are
with you.
trash.
Hot garbage.
Like no flavor. Portions are terrible. You have to literally bathe them in ketchup or any type of sauce to try to swallow. They're never crispy. Like Burger King fries are trash.
100%.
Tell me why I never go eat there. But Burger King is not the place to go for fries. Okay, are you ready for our last hot topic show of the night?
Let's do it. Getting my list
Okay,
up now.
so we had a new Batman movie come out.
Yes, we did.
I haven't seen it yet. So with me not seeing it, I'm only going to still rank 6 Batman.
Okay.
You've seen it. You can do all 7 actors who have played Batman. I
Okay.
haven't seen it, so I don't want to judge it yet.
Okay.
So since mine is shorter, if you don't mind, I'll go first and do us the honors.
Yep. Wait on, sir.
So, I am going to start off with Mr. George Clooney.
Okay.
George, from what everybody says, you are he's a pretty handsome guy, not gonna lie. George is a pretty decent looking fella. However, he's not a good Batman. Batman and Robin was terrible. The best thing about that was Arnold being Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
The best thing about that movie was Arnold in there. He's very cringe, honestly.
Yeah.
I really don't know how I made it through those. And that was kind of one of my first exposures to Batman.
I believe it was my second.
Because that was probably like when I came out when I was like in probably about 5 years old. I think Batman Robin did. So it was always on. My dad loves Batman. It was always on. So was not looking back at it now, watched it a couple weeks ago. Regret watching it. My next. How about a bad guy finally gets to be a good guy, Val Kilmer?
Okay.
Kilmer actually did pretty good. The plot was pretty feasible. Now, and the acting was there. He was a good actor. I think he did a good portion of his own stunts. Now, unlike Clooney's, the plot, the acting, everything, I kind of saw him more as I saw him as Batman. I could believe him as a Batman.
Yeah.
Clooney, I could not believe him as Batman.
Mm-mm.
He did not give you the Bruce Wayne vibe. So that's why I'm gonna have him there at number 5. I'm going Ben Affleck.
Okay.
I like Ben as an actor. You could kind of believe him as Batman, but you really didn't get that much of a glimpse of him as Batman
Yeah, that's true.
because we didn't really get like a movie, a standalone movie. It's in as Batman. You got him in Justice Leagues, and you got him a little bit in Suicide Squad. I didn't really. Am I missing the other ones, or is that it?
Batman vs Superman.
Batman vs Superman. God, don't. Why do you got to say that movie?
Because you asked me to.
I hate that. Was the worst 2.5 hours of my life. Like worst 2.5 hours. Oh my gosh, our moms have the same name.
Do we should become best friends?
Let's be best friends. So yeah, it was terrible. He's a little bit more believable than Val Kilmer in some ways. Acting, he did a great. Oh my gosh, his voice was so deep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at number 4, Michael Keaton.
Okay.
I like Michael. Michael is great. I liked Michael Keaton. So I got George Clooney, Val Kilmer, and Ben Affleck. I got 3 more to go, and I think I'm gonna shock a few people here and there.
Okay.
So, sorry, my list got out of hand. Sorry, folks. My phone shut off on me. Gosh dang it, it's reset. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go Adam West.
Okay. All right.
I love me some Adam West, baby. That was my dad's favorite Batman. That's what I grew up with. Kapow! Super iconic. I love it. I love me some Adam West. Adam West will always be one of my favorite Batmans. First guy to really do it. He did it on the TV show. I remember waking up, going downstairs to work, or waking up, going downstairs to get ready for school. My dad would be sitting there and watching Batman. I have it on playing in the background. Love it. So he would be my number 2. Christian Bale is my number 1 Batman.
Okay.
The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight. Probably, honestly, the most iconic Batman series.
Agreed.
So just to round out, I got Adam West at 6. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. Sorry. It's 9 o'clock now. I'm sorry. I got Clooney at 6. I got Val Kilmer at 5. Michael Keaton at 3. Adam West at 2. And Christian Bale at 1.
All right.
I mean, if you just look at it, the Christian Bale Batman is the most superior Batman. I honestly believe, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's Batman. Like, him and the Joker duels were amazing. Him and Bane was so super great.
Yes.
And like his transformation, his workout regimen. Now, granted, all the other Batmans didn't put the work in he did to get what he looked like.
Right, agreed.
But, oh my gosh, that Batman voice. I think it's funny putting them side by side, Adam West and Christian Bale for me. It's funny. Mm-hmm. Adam West kind of had a little gut going on.
I'm not sure Christian Bale's ever had a gut.
He didn't talk in a deep voice.
No.
It was just Adam West. So Adam West was just a great Batman to me. But the best one was Christian Bale. It's amazing. Okay. You're more of the DC guy than me. Let's rank him, baby. Let's go.
All right.
7.
So number 7, I too have George Clooney dead last.
100% agree. Let's go.
Yeah. Kind of you hit on that one. Never fit the role. George Clooney's number 7. At number 6, I have Adam West at 6.
Oh my gosh, no.
So Adam West, like you said, he's the OG Batman. But I never grew up watching it. I tried watching it a couple times. It was way too campy. It was way too cheesy for me.
Well, that was the
I couldn't get
60s.
past it.
I mean, you gotta look at the timeline. It was the 60s.
Oh, 100%. But for me, Adam West is at 6. At number 5, I've got Pattinson. I've got Robert Pattinson at 5.
The new one?
The new one, yes.
Okay.
So very, very dark movie. Aesthetically, it's probably the most dark movie I've ever seen. I believe that Pattinson is a great Batman. But his Bruce Wayne left a lot to be desired. He's very soft spoken. There were a couple scenes you really couldn't make out what he was saying. But it was good. It wasn't terrible.
See, that's how I kind of felt with Ben Affleck a little.
Okay.
Kind of feel like I had to put a hearing aid in there some.
Okay. So at 5, I've got Robert Pattinson. At 4, I've got Michael Keaton.
The first Batman in theaters, Michael Keaton.
Yes. He revamped the entire Batman franchise because it had been at least 20 years between Adam West and Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
Between the 60s and 80s, somewhere in there. He's a lot of people's number 1. I will say that just because he is the one who he and Tim Burton kind of brought Batman back into relevance, I guess. But I will say that Michael Keaton is number 4 for me. All right, my top 3.
Wait, hold up. Sorry, real fast. Did you know in the 90s we had 3 different Batmans?
The what?
In the 90s, we had 3 different Batmans.
Yeah. We had Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney.
Like, how are you supposed to get accustomed to 3? Like, if you really think about that, though. Like, how are you supposed to really believe, like, the 90s was messed up, man. Like, how are you supposed to really believe, like, oh my gosh, someone's Batman with like 2 or 3 years later? Oh my gosh, new Batman. Sorry, I just thought about that in my head right now. But go ahead.
So yeah, as we had 3 Batman in the span of 10 years, we had 3 Spider-Man in the course of 20. But
therefore, Spider-Man superior to Batman. Whoa, my hot take.
So at number 3, I've got Christian Bale. I love the face you just made. Yes, at 3, I have Christian Bale.
Oh well, most people have him as in their number 1 spot.
Yes, they do. So, like you said, as far as full series go, The Dark Knight, the Christian Bale Batman cannot be stopped. Is the number 1 Batman series, the trilogy of all time. In my opinion, he gave us the iconic raspy voice. He gave us the great Joker scenes you alluded to. R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
I mean, he also. So, did you not believe him as more as a Bruce Wayne, or?
So, I thought he was a great both. But I thought that he played that millionaire role perfectly. I think it was very believable as Batman. I mean, where is she? Is one of the most iconic lines ever. And so I thought he was a really good both, but he's still at my number 3. Number 2. I'm going to go, I'm admitting I'm 100% biased here, okay? I've got Val Kilmer at 2. Batman Forever is my all-time favorite Batman movie.
Okay. I mean, it's a great movie. Really great. I think it really helped kind of like get the franchise going before it crumbled with George Clooney's Batman. But
yeah. what's sad is most people don't know this. Batman Forever was supposed to be the final movie in the Michael Keaton trilogy. But Michael Keaton read the script. He thought it was too dumb. Tim Burton backed out of it. That's when they brought in Michael Schumacher and Val Kilmer. So instead of it being the end of the Michael Keaton trilogy, Batman Forever ended up being its own standalone Batman movie.
You also had Tommy Lee Jones in there.
You did have Tommy Lee Jones, Michael Keaton, Chris O'Donnell is the GOAT as Robin. I'm just saying.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey as the Riddler. It was incredible. Nicole Kidman played Chase Meridian in that movie. Incredible.
Drew Barrymore's in
incredible
there.
What?
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore played one of Two-Face's friends,
Sure.
I guess, for lack of a better term.
Should go.
Yeah, so Batman Forever, 90s kid. Batman Forever was my introduction to Batman. So Val Kilmer is my number 2. At number 1, I've got Batfleck. I've got Ben Affleck as my number 1. Because, and here's why. With Ben Affleck, we see a little bit different side of Batman than we did with.
Yeah, you see kind of more of the sorry, I didn't mean to take the words, but like the revenge side.
The what?
The revenge anger side, maybe.
Yes, we definitely see a much more gritty, a lot more, like you said, angry Batman. Something that also too is he's older. He's been Batman. Whenever we pick up with his story, he's been Batman for a long time, so he knows, like, he's been doing this for a really, really long time, and so we kind of see that wear and tear on him a little bit.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's also the only He's one of 2 Batmans that doesn't have a Robin.
Yes, because by the time
and they talk about Robin getting killed by the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yes,
in one of the movies, correct?
Yes, they do. Which a lot of people alluded to by that time, where we pick up with his storyline. It wasn't even Dick Grayson. It was more than likely Tim Drake was the Robin. They got killed by the Joker and Harley Quinn. Dick Grayson had already grown up, moved on, become Nightwing, moved to Bloodhaven, his whole deal. So, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad to see Batfleck leave after the Flash movie. I am excited to see Michael Keaton come back. I think that's going to be really cool with the DC multiverse. Yes, yeah, they're opening up the DC multiverse.
So they're copying Marvel.
Yeah, they're 100% copying
Marvel. No way.
Well, at the same time, it is Flashpoint, so Barry Allen is going to be opening up different timelines and universes. So in the what?
Kind of like Doctor Strange.
Exactly.
And like Superman was Civil War.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whoa.
I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And one thing I gotta say with Ben Affleck's Batman, you didn't really see the millionaire side of it that much as Bruce Wayne.
No, you didn't.
Like all the Batmans, you see them kind of flaunt their money, have little parties and stuff, do all this. You didn't get to see that with Ben Affleck. I mean, Adam West Batman, you didn't even say that either, but Adam West was the best Batman ever. Second best, but R.I.P. Adam West.
Yep.
Well, Starkey, I think this concludes tonight's podcast.
I believe it does.
Well, folks, thank you for our new sponsor, Billy Whiting Corporations. Shout out to Mitch. Shout out Malice at the Palace too. Starkey,
shout out Peter Kiss.
Peter Kiss, okay, for the culture. Anybody to give a shout out to, Starkey?
Good you, my man. Good job tonight.
Hey, thank you. Great job tonight. Folks, last thing before I leave today, 25 years today, we lost a legend in the rap industry. Notorious B.I.G.
Biggie Smalls.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air and wave like you just don't care. That's all I got for the day, folks. Stay COVID free. Hopefully, we're not at World War III on Monday when we're back and better than ever. And we'll have lots of bracket talk on Monday, folks. So be ready for it.
100%. Y'all
We'll
get
help
ready.
you win your office pools. That's it for tonight. Bye, everybody. Be back better than ever next week.
Y'all be good.